What's up, everybody? This is Coach Stokes from Stokeshouse Boxing Academy. We bring it to you live and direct. I got my man, another special guest. We got to stay ready, because why? So we can get ready. You ain't got to worry about getting ready, that is. And my man I'm just going to introduce you to him. He's an Army veteran, ranked number 18 in the country, Cruiserweight division, and he is the newly crowned WBU Cruiserweight champ. No other than Blake the Beast McKernan. What's going on, Blake?
What's going on, brother? Appreciate you having me.
No, man, we appreciate you for gracing us with your presence on the podcast, man. Blake, can you let everybody know a little about you, man? How'd you get started in boxing?
So I'm originally born and raised here in Sacramento, and for me, I grew up in the Mike Tyson and that Holyfield in the heavyweight era in the 90s, man. So instantly when I had first saw boxing, I was instantly hooked. But for me, man, I used to get picked on a lot when I was in school. One thing I always knew how to do was fight. So when I was 10 years old, my mom went and dropped me off at a boxing gym, and I've been hooked to the sport and to the game ever since, man.
Oh, okay. You say you from Sacramento. What part? South Sac?
I've been born and raised in all parts of Sacramento, man.
People don't know, man. They think Sacramento is nice. Sacramento got some gully spots, man. When I'm from the East Coast. I'm from upstate New York. So I when I got out here, man, there's some hood parts in Sacramento. Y'all got some killers up there.
Yeah, I think every city has its parts, man. But for the most part, it's been a cool city to grow up in. It's been a city that's definitely showed me a lot of love and support throughout my life and my career.
Good. Blake, who you trained by, and who have you worked with in the business, to prepare your career?
So I'm currently training with a guy that's from the Bay Area. His name's Christian Zalata. Just started working with him about 4 or 5 months ago, and to be honest, he's definitely been the best coach that I've had at this point and thus far in my career. But throughout my childhood and even going into the amateurs, I've trained with a lot of well-known coaches and guys that were even world champions. I used to train with Tony the Tiger Lopez. I trained with Richard Bam Bam Duran as a kid. Some of the sparring partners and guys that I trained with growing up with the Diaz brothers. I've trained with James Irvin, was a main sparring partner for light heavyweight world champion Otis Triple OG Griffin. Okay. And the list goes on, man. So I've been coming up in this game and very well known. And, I'm just paying my dues, man, just waiting for the time and the moment that I'm in right now.
So did you grow up boxing? Did you have any amateur experience, or you just went straight pro?
Yeah, so I had always competed and trained with a lot of high-ranked amateurs that were on Team USA and Olympians, and then I also trained with a lot of pros growing up, but I actually never competed until I got out of the Army. So I used to be in the military. Part of the reason I joined the military was to fight on the Army boxing team. That was when I was going to start competing, but because of the deployment rotation and I was deploying overseas, I never got my opportunity to try out for the team. So I waited for my contract to be up with the military. And then once I got out was when I actually started competing as an amateur. And even up to this point, I only had 11 amateur fights. I went 9-2 as an amateur. And, it's very hard for me to even get fights because a lot of people were intimidated or wouldn't even want to fight me in the amateurs. So I ended up just going pro, was a Golden Glove champion in 2015, and went pro March of 2016, and just really been taking the boxing world by storm since then.
So let me ask you this. You're a cruiserweight now. Are your plans to go heavyweight?
I've been asked that and offered that opportunity countless times. And right now, at this point in my life and my career, it doesn't make any sense for me to jump up. I'm solid. I'm going to do very well as a cruiserweight. yet to ever see somebody my size and my ability in this division.
Yep.
And that I will dominate. So as a role, the future, hopefully, probably later on in my career in a few years, I could possibly move up to heavyweight. But we'll just see what happens.
Got you. I noticed you have a son. You have a son, correct?
Yeah, I'm a single parent, and I've been raising my beautiful son named Tyson. And I've had him raised in a boxing gym as well ever since he was 2 months old. And it's been awesome to be able to share my journey with him, and to have him see my rise ever since he was a little baby. He's seen me grinding, and so it's been an awesome journey. He's seen all my hard work, leading towards my success. And, it's just a great feeling as a parent to be able to show your kids that through hard work and dedication and believing in yourself that you can do anything that you put your mind to.
Definitely. I want to ask you something, because I get a lot of guys that ask me about getting into the game of boxing, the lifestyle. Can you let them know what it takes? Because they only see the glamour and glitz. Unfortunately, they only see Creed, the movie Creed, where it's a movie, but they only see the hands raised and the belts and the glamour and the glitz. But tell them, in order to be a fighter, the dedication it takes.
So not to just be a professional athlete, but to be a professional fighter, it's a very cutthroat industry. This entertainment industry is very cutthroat. I've never been involved or seen anything more cutthroat than boxing. So because of that, you have to definitely be very strong-willed and have a good head on your shoulders. Make sure that you are surrounded by the right people. And aside from that, a lot of people always want to think that just because you're a professional fighter that you're making all this type of money. No, when I first started off my pro career, I was getting paid a lot more than most people. But, it's a grind, man. It's a hustle. And you got to pay your due diligence and put in the work to build up your career and to get to the big paydays, man. So outside of the gym and really just training hard, one of the things that's allowed me to become so well known, as successful as I have, is you have to be willing to be the people's champ, in a sense. You have to be very sociable. You have to interact with people. You have to network. You have to be able to promote yourself in a sense to where you're selling people the direction of where you're going before you get there. Like, I'm selling people and showing people that I'm a star athlete, that I'm a Las Vegas themed athlete before I even get there. And a lot of people always tell me that the way that I promote myself, they've never been seen before. Right now in my career, I manage, promote, market, advertise, do everything myself. I'm a complete self-made person, man. And I know as I move up in my career, I'm slowly bringing more and more people on board. But, this is a very cutthroat industry. I have a very hard trust in people because I've been burned so many times. Yeah. And, one thing with boxing is if you allow one wrong person or make one wrong decision, it could jeopardize the whole career. And, for me, I don't have that luxury. I started in the game a little late. All in all, I feel great. But, every decision and every fight that you take is crucial to your development and your success. So for the people that are wanting to get involved in boxing, just understand and know that it takes a lot of hard.
It's not an overnight process, correct?
Nah, man, every good thing in life takes time.
Right. Okay, Beast, I want to ask you my questions, man, that I ask everybody. Okay, and I want to hear your answer of your boxing knowledge. If you could design the perfect boxer, Beast, whose qualities offensively, defensively, ring generalship IQ would you use? So first, who will be your favorite boxer offensively?
If I could put together 3 fighters, the 3 fighters I would put together to make the all-around perfect fighter, perfect athlete, would be Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson for his ferociousness and his power and his heart. Roy Jones Jr. for his angles and for just, you know, the things that he's done in the sport. The dude was a champ. Nobody could beat him in Mayweather. No matter what people say, people can speculate and say whatever they want and say that certain fighters run and that they're not entertaining anymore. But the game of boxing is all about hitting and not getting hit. And Floyd Mayweather has perfected that to where he makes it look so simple. So if I could, you know, put three fighters together to make the perfect fighter, I would say Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr., and Floyd Mayweather.
That would be hell to face in the ring. That'd be a problem for a lot of people.
To fight somebody with all three of their expertise in the ring.
Hey, my last question before we conclude, brother, is this: if you had 24 hours to live, Beast, and you wanted to test your boxing skills against anyone, past or present, who would you love to fight?
Damn. That's a good question. You know what my answer would be? Thinking about it, because of how far boxing goes back, I'm Scottish and Irish, and because this dude is such a pioneer in boxing, I would say Rocky Marciano.
Oh, wow.
Still till today, go back to watch this guy's footage, because again, he was a guy that was ahead of his time. And he was just an all-around great athlete and a great fighter. If I had to test anybody past or present, I would definitely say Rocky Marciano. And we happen to be in the same weight division.
Yeah, man. Back then he was fighting. It was what, until someone dropped, huh? They didn't have any rounds, huh?
I don't really remember. I remember growing up when I first started watching boxing. They used to do 15-rounders, and then, guys started getting TBIs and head injuries, and they felt that it was unsafe, and they were getting, exhaustion, all types of things like that. So they ended up limiting it down to 12. But back then, that was ahead of my time. I don't remember exactly how many rounds they had. I thought they were 15-rounders. And
I think y'all probably would have been going like 20 or 30 rounds.
Yeah. Are both beasts, man. And that, one thing about me is anybody that knows anything about boxing, and you have to build your record up to create a good record for yourself to start getting tougher and tougher fights as you move forward. But growing up in the 90s in the boxing that I grew up watching, the best fights the best. I'm not trying to steer away from that whatsoever. As I step up in my career, it's all about taking the tougher fight after fight to push myself, but then again, not being thrown in with the wolves and trying to test yourself too quick or too early. But best and believe next year, 2019, as I go to fight for some of my first world titles, you will see me get in the ring to fight what this country and this world has crowned as the best in my weight division, and it's going to be an all-out brawl and slugfest, knowing that I will come out on top because I believe in myself. This is my time. This is my legacy. And it's my destiny to do this, man. I haven't been able to do anything but visualize this and think about this since I was a little kid, man. It's my time.
Wow. You know what, brother? You done said I was going to ask what is your message to the world, but you pretty much just told me there in a nutshell. What you have planned in the future is you're going to be fighting this weekend, correct?
Yeah, so I actually fight this weekend, and just like I always say, I'm a man of positive affirmations and speaking what I do into existence. So this Saturday, October 6th, I will be going 10-0, my 7th knockout against Alfred Contreras and getting one step closer to retaining a world title.
Good.
And to go back to answer your question, if I had to tell anybody to give anybody a message, my message would be this. No matter who believes in you or who doubts you, as long as you believe in yourself so much and go out there and put in the work, there is nothing that you can't do. Always know that that failure is not an option. You can overcome anything that comes your way.
Oh, brother, please give your social media handles so people can follow you and know what's going on, your next moves, and if they want to, reach out to you, could you please share that with us?
Yeah, so if people want to follow me, they can follow me on YouTube or on Facebook as Blake McKernan. Last name is McKernan, or they can follow me on my Instagram at Blake the Beast.
Well, thank you, brother. I really
appreciate it. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. I really appreciate the time. Hey, those of you that are following, you just tuned in with Stokeshouse Boxing Academy. Stay ready so you ain't gonna worry about getting ready with my man, the champ, Blake the Beast McKernan. We'll holler at you later. Peace.